Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the area of the world where you are watching from. The purpose of this video is to calm people who are causing Evangelist Ebuka Obi over Thanksgiving donation of over 1.8 billion. But let us remember, it's in naira, not in dollars. Your cause would be effective if he had stolen from you, if he had taken anything that belongs to you, if he had taken something that does not belong to him, if he is doing other things outside what he is preaching, if he is taking from the poor and the widow, if he is depriving people their rights, if he is taking what belongs to people because of the power he's got, I mean money, if he is doing any of these, then when you lay a curse across to him, it will happen. But because he hasn't taken anything from you, he didn't steal from your farm or take away what belongs to you or your neighbor, or has anyone complained to you that he has stolen what belongs to them, then the curse you lay will somehow, not effectively, because if it is not from you, it's not working. But if it is from the person who Evangelist Ebuka Obi stole his belongings, then their curse will work against him. What are we fighting for? I thought that this battle is over. I thought that the protest is over. I thought that a few people who dislike the Thanksgiving donation made at Zion Prayer Movement Outreach Grant. The question is, did you contribute? Was your money there? Are you a member of Zion Prayer Movement Outreach? Or have you got your family member who is there and they contributed as well that you are unhappy with? Listen, donation made from people's heart. From people's heart. Nobody was forced to give anything. Nobody was compelled. Nobody was mandated. It wasn't obligatory that you must give on that day. People had freely given. It was a free will donation from people's heart. Now the confusion is, they had 1.8 billion and they got confused. Is it because of the state of Nigeria today? My dear, on a good day, that money is nothing. You see, the 1.820, you think it is big. It is nothing. Listen, everybody who is living in the United States of America could be able to save $2,000 in 12 months. Yes, the $2,000 is a money he or she will decide to keep aside, not touching. Because people know that a donation will take effect on that day. So they began to save. It was earlier information. What do you plan to give to God? What is your Thanksgiving going to be? People have this feeling of giving much because there was a case in the Bible, a situation when a certain man of God wanted to ask God for something, for a big blessing. And he went to where he purchased, I think, a lamb, if I remember that story perfectly well. And the seller decided to give it to him free of charge. He said, no, I cannot offer my God what is given to me free of charge. I have to offer what takes away something from me so that my God will look upon that and they answer my prayer. Now, Evangelist Ebuka Obi was never preaching and is not up till now preaching to people to pay, bring their tithes, do this and that, bring too much amount of money so that God will vindicate you. It was never his preaching. He's not doing this. So he is not a man that dupes people. If you are not listening to Evangelist Ebuka Obi's message, my dear, tune to Zip Mom, that is Zion Prayer Movement Outreach, and begin to follow the man there. Listen to his messages, and it will tell you the copy he is. Do you know that the 1.8 billion, which has caused chaos, confusion, problem, protest, this is for people who want it to be so, because donators have returned back to USA and they are doing good, and the donators from all other states, from all the states in Nigeria and all African countries, they have all returned and they are doing well. If I must tell you, So what is the fight all about? Do you know that for every person from the United States who put up $2,000, $2,000 is like 1.4 million naira. And let's say that 1,300 persons put up $2,000 each. That will give you 1,820,000,000 naira. Remember, that donation was in naira, not in dollars. It's not that people had given $1.8 billion. No, it is 1.8 billion naira. If you must know this, we know the exchange rate in Nigeria today. A dollar, almost 700. So the conversion I gave you is based on 700 per dollar. $2,000 will give you 1.4 million. And if 1,300 persons put $2,000 together, multiply it by 700, that will give you 1,820,000,000 naira. Now, assuming that 2,000 persons put $2,000 together, that will give you 2.8 billion naira. You see the point I am making, and you see the sense I am making as well. Let's say that US Zion branch decided to multiply their donation in the coming year. Let's say that the number of persons increased to 4,000, and they decided to put $2,000 together. It will give you 5.6 billion naira. The conversion in naira is the figure I am giving you based on exchange rate, where a dollar is 700 naira. And another person said, people have given all they had saved all their lifetime in the States. No, it is untrue. And for the claim that people are living on the streets, not having homes, again, no, it is untrue. A claim that they have their parents in their homes and they lack money, they lack food, it is unverifiable, untrue. You cannot account to this. People have saved this money little by little, just like a drop by drop of water fill up a tank. That is what happened on that day. And for people who called Evangelist Ebuka Obi greedy, how would you say this? How would you justify your claim? And for those who said he's stealing from people, how would you justify your comment or your statement? And for those who said that he is building million mansion for himself, where is your evidence? Let us remember, this man, everyone who dislike, gives name, and he said all sorts of things against him. Let us remember that he is not married. Let us remember that he has no children. So who is he saving all the money for? Can you give account of the number of jets Evangelist Ebuka Obi possess? Can you give account of other properties allegedly that he possessed? This is a man that we all see from time through time, how he extend a helping hand to the poor, to the widows, to orphans, to motherless. He is taking care of many children at school, and they pay the bills. Who is he working for to save the money you claim that he has in his bank account? Just like a vlogger mentioned a big, huge amount of money that I doubt put 10 millionaires in Nigeria together, they don't have it. He said that money belongs to Evangelist Ebuka Obi, that Evangelist Ebuka Obi has such amount of money. Why are people putting lies together, lying against a man who owe you nothing? What has he stolen from you? The money contributed on that day, the Thanksgiving donation made, is not just to build a church. It's to build other things like a hospital, home for the lunatics, people who are mad, hospital to take care of women who have no money to go to hospital where they have to pay, including school so that people can go to school free of charge. There are many things, and I tell you, that money may not be enough to do all these that I have mentioned. So the list is quite long. So do not think that the money given to Zion Prayer Movement Outreach on that day is just for church. And people who are giving ideas of how to spend that money, were you there the time he did the ones he did? Did you contribute anything? Are you a member of the committee to help to plan how to spend that money? Are you a member of Zion Prayer Movement Outreach? Have you supported that ministry anytime in your life? Have you been talking good about that ministry? Or you just heard about all the huge amount mentioned on that day. This is to the glory of God. I repeat what I said in my previous video. If something is not happening, people would not come to glorify God. What people had done praised God. What people had done is to say to God, we are happy over things you have done for us, and we are expecting more and the more from you. So people who are touched in one way or the other, I am telling you to calm down. Your curses will go nowhere and will not affect Evangelist Ebuka Obi, as long as he did not steal from you or take what belongs to you or any of your family members. It is this simple. Law of karma, as we know it exists, it can come to anyone, despite level you are in religion. It doesn't matter. As long as you are free from what people accuse you of, my dear, feel okay. Nothing will happen to you. This is my little advice that I want to put across to my viewers. Remain blessed and share this video so that it will reach other people who need to have understanding about the plans with the Thanksgiving donation at Zion Prayer Movement Outreach. I will see you in my next video.